now it's time to shed light on a community in Nanumba in the northern region where residents are facing the harsh reality of power supply. They do not have power supply. And there's a report filed by our northern regional correspondent. Let's take a look at it. When we come back, we talk more about the story. Do stay with us. Also seen it, and I don't know, I was livid when I saw it. Because we've been talking about these things more often on the show, and these are basic amenities. It's just electricity. And when I saw the part where some people had to climb trees to get network connectivity to even make phone calls, it took my mind back to many years ago. There was a telco who was advertising with a big guy on a coconut tree on a phone call. Hello, honey, kuchi kuchi, what's up? Just trying to get network connectivity. And I'm like, we are in 2024 for crying out loud. Something as basic as electricity. Something as basic as network connectivity. This is something that people need to depend on to do their businesses, electricity to, power their hospitals, their institutions, to run their day-to-day affairs, and then they don't even have it. Imagine living, you are in a car, you have light. If there's light out, or when we're going through doom, so we're ranting and calling our government and all of that. So imagine not having it at all. I don't know how you feel about it, though.
Well, the thing is that there's still quite a few communities that are not served yet with electricity around, and this one in Nanumba South is particularly troubling because they have so many other challenges as well, so to add this on top of all the other issues that they have. We've been doing stories from Nanumba South, Bandiyili, for example, last week we were talking about them, issue of schooling, the communities using their public, the school's public toilet as the public toilet, and so on. All these challenges, and then you also don't have electricity. It's a nightmare, honestly. And so I think we should take a look at the report, okay? And then when we come back, we'll make some calls, talk to some people, and try and get some answers.
Electricity is crucial for every community as it significantly improves the lives of its citizens. Living without electricity makes everything more challenging, especially in today's mobile-dependent world. This is the reality for some communities in the Nanumba South district of the northern region. The communities of Asafoche, Tambi, Neboni, and Bandiyili started the process to get electricity in 2015-2016. However, the project has been abandoned for over 8 years. The contractor left and thieves began stealing the cables, leaving only the poles exposed to the elements. On Friday, July 19th, residents demanded that their communities be connected to the national grid before the December elections. They warned that if this does not happen, they will not vote, and no politician should they come to campaign. Here are some residents speaking to ChannelOne News.
We vote them before they are there. We vote them to represent us. So if they are not doing anything good to us, they shouldn't bring any ballot box here. We've passed the comment around this electoral area that if they didn't give us light, we will never, they shouldn't try and bring ballot box.
It is known to everybody that it's light, it's through light that we can charge our mobile phones. And here is the case, we don't have lights in our community. So we find it difficult to charge our phone. And if your phone is not charged, how can you make call? And how can you call someone else to get some job to do?
The assemblyman for the communities echoed this sentiment, insisting they will not vote if they remain without electricity.
But always the politician will come to us begging us when we vote for them, they will give us light. They will give us light up to now. So we are fighting every day because of the light. So we are begging government. This year, I, Instant Timothy, as assemblyman for Lato electoral area, this year we are speaking boldly and we'll be sure that everything will be done. With that light, we will not vote. And we don't want to see any politician coming here that they have any campaign for us. Since we started voting, we didn't see any government property we can boast to tell that this person done they give us light or they give us bowl.
Channel One has learned that the Ministry of Energy has sent officials to assess the situation and assured that work will soon resume, aiming to connect the communities to the national grid before the elections. However, electricity is not the only challenge for these communities. They also lack proper road, clean drinking water, and mobile network coverage. In Asafoche, residents gather under a tree referred to as the communication center to make phone calls. People hang their phone on the branches and climb the tree to get a signal. Residents have been speaking to Channel One News about these challenges.
When we want to make call, we suffer before getting network. So that's the reason why we come and hang our phone in the tree. So that's our problem.
We have network problem because if you want to make call, you can't hire yourself. Especially a secret call, you can't make it unless you make it in public. So we are facing network problem here. You people should come and help us.
Women in the community also voiced their concerns and are appealing for their issues to be addressed.
Network no for me pa. Na me call fi jami datiji. A hangi phone la ya makata o call. Aka mama no mola. No more na mi network yola. Ava to poll ne mi yola. Vote yala ma ta won me talk.
Community members here are shouting that no lies in the community here, no vote. That if they don't get lies, they will not vote. And it's not only the lies, the network, as you heard them. So they see they have been voting since, and they have not seen any development here or any project here they can say, oh, this is what they voted for in the community here.
All right, so there you have it, happening in the Nanumba South District. You can see the challenge that is absolutely unbearable, honestly. I mean, for 8 years, the contractor has come, set up pylons, poles, even some cabling. You can see some cabling had begun, you know, and then it was abandoned. Probably because it wasn't paid the money that he was supposed to have been paid, you know. So these things, honestly, we need to do better as a country. Now, talking about empowering change, let's go back to the northern region,
you're right.
Nanumba South, and speak with our correspondent, Mohammed Aminu M. Alabira. Alhaji, good morning.
Good morning, boss.
Hello?
Hello, boss.
Yes, good morning. How are you?
Yeah, I am doing well, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for joining us this morning, and thank you for the report you brought as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, so this particular report you brought, what's the name of the locality where the lights, the contractor abandoned the project?
Yeah, thank you very much, boss. Actually, the communities, because it's not only one community.
Okay.
There are several communities on that stretch. They are actually deprived. The contractor started work on 2015, 2016. That is during the former NDC time.
Okay.
That when MPP came to power 2017 till date, the contractor has abandoned the place. And these local people who make, pots.
Yes.
People, they started stealing the cables. I actually reported last year, or was it early this year, where a local pot maker went and stole the cables there, and I personally led the police to arrest him at his house. We got a number of cables with him in the house. So since that then, the contractor, even myself, I was calling him daily just to know when he will come. But ever since, he has not shown up at the place again.
Do we know?
After the report,
Yeah. Sorry, I was going to ask you, do we know why he abandoned site?
Yes, he was telling me, actually, the initial plan was that, before you leave Bimbila towards the community, there is a community called, the first community called Jilo community, and farmers farm along the line. So he was pulling the cables to the place, and it got to some people's farm. He wants to cut the trees over there. But the farmers, by then, their yams and other things had grown. So if he did cut them, it was going to affect the farm. So there was this disturbances between him and the farmers. So he left that portion.
Okay.
He couldn't continue with the wiring because the trees there were not cut. So that gave him the chance to vacate the place. When he vacated till date, he has not revisited again. So it's trouble. It's troubling.
So is it that, I mean, because if he, I mean, in my mind, if he had the money, he would have come back to site. Has he not complained about issues of funding?
Yes. Thank you so much. He did complain that he went several times to get transformers and other things from them, and anytime anytime he goes, he was not getting it. So the people, anytime I call him personally, I was always on him, calling him to know when he's returning to site.
Yeah.
And anytime I called him, these were some of the excuses he always gives me personally. That he's waiting for this equipment, he's waiting for this, they are yet to give it to him, he's waiting. Those were the complaints all the time.
Mohammed, do you know if there's been any follow-up from the local authorities to him to find out how far the project or the... Do you know if there's been...
I can't hear the question well.
Can you hear me?
It's like you are far away a bit.
Hello, Mohammed, can you hear me? Is it better?
Yes, I can hear you now. Please.
Right, so I was asking that, do you know if there's been any follow-up from the local authorities or on this very issue?
Yes, thank you so much. Just when I went for this report and it came on TV the last time or the first time, I actually had a call from the authorities, especially the NPP parliamentary candidate at Williamsea constituency. He called me and said, yeah, they have changed a new contractor for the site and that soon he will be visiting site again. So for now, that is how it is. The community members also told me that they actually came to meet them and spoke to them that before elections, the communities will be connected to electricity. This is what I have got. But for now, the contractor hasn't come yet.
Well, before elections, were there any specific timelines? Because we saw some of the community members threatening not to vote on the December 7th polls if the electricity is not connected. Were they giving any timelines?
No timeline was given.
Right.
No, they just told the community members that yes, we have changed you a new contractor who will be coming soon to site, and that before elections you will get your electricity. That was what the community members told me.
All right. So, Mohammed, before you leave us, the communities that don't have light in that area, like roughly how many are they? The 5 communities, about 5 communities put together, there are almost 2,000 people. I see. Okay.
What about the network connectivity? Has there been any conversations about it?
Thank you again for this one. Actually, when I went there, I saw people on tree and I was wondering what exactly they were doing there. So I walked to them and tried to find out from them. And I saw that some of them were making calls with rods attached to their phones, tied on the branches of the tree. So I said, hey, what's happening here? Why is this your call center? They said, hey, that one told me the name. That is the name of the place, a call center. So that is where they always gather to make calls in the communities. And if you get down or move away from the tree, you won't get network again. So they always gather there, and they told me that they have no security in their phones. If one is calling the other, all those there hear or see, listen to whatever is being said.
Well, and has there been any conversations about when or how they are going to get network connectivity, aside the electricity?
Thank you. Yes, actually, when the candidate for the MPP called to tell me about the initiative they're taking regarding the electricity, I asked him about the license, and he told me actually that one has not come to his attention yet, and that he doesn't know when that problem will be resolved. So for the network challenge, for the communities, they don't know when that one may be attended to.
Wow. But finally, my final question to you, they don't have electricity in the community, so how do they charge the phones that they used to make the calls?
Yes, some of them send it to Bimbila and to Kuku, but they also complain that when they send it to those communities, their phones are usually stolen. So in the communities, I saw that maybe the well-to-do people there, some of them had solar panels in their homes, and some use generators. One guy bought a generator, and I saw that he always buy fuel into the charge, pack it, and then he was charging fuel for money.
Yeah.
And that was his business in the community. That was what he was doing.
Right. All right. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's our colleague and correspondent, Mohammed Aminu M. Alabira from the northern region. Well, as you can see, it's a huge challenge, but it's a hydra-headed problem.
Yeah.
You know, so the NCA, the network connectivity things under the NCA directly, you know, because they are the regulatory body for the telcos, right? Now, the telcos are private businesses, but government has interest, and that's why NCA exists. So NCA needs to make sure that the coverage across the country, it may not be uniform as in 5G everywhere. Right now, 5G hasn't showed up yet, but 5G everywhere, right? But at least, even if it is 2 or 3G, it should be good enough that you have connectivity wherever you walk on the face of Ghana. Of course, there are some places that, like years ago, I was on a U-tour with Frema, and we went to Dodowa Forest, the place they say we shouldn't go.
I actually have a story to tell you, but you finish up. I've lived this experience that the people are going through. Yes, I've lived it.
And somewhere in the forest, I think because of the nature of the hill, okay, there's a waterfall. Is it?
Chinku.
Chinku waterfall.
Yes, Chinku waterfall.
So there's no connectivity there, but it's the nature of the terrain that causes that, right? So that's different, you know, but you shouldn't go to any town that you cannot receive network. I think that in Ghana, where we have reached there.
So a few years back, my mom and I, our family moved to Dodowa, and when we got there, Kweku, trust me, we didn't have electricity. And for somebody who, I mean, I love my phone so much, there was no electricity, network connection was bad. So we have to actually go to someone's house to go and charge our phones. And my phone was stolen on one of the occasions. So you can imagine. So I mean, I've lived the experience, so I understand what the people have been through or they are going through.
Yeah, we're still having conversations within our communities and some of the challenges that we're experiencing and all of that. The segment is interactive. We want to hear from you, right? So if you happen to be watching us in the Nanumba South District or anywhere else around Ghana, and you're having challenges that are similar to this, you have maybe your unique challenges, whatever it is, just send us a message, let us know what it is that you're experiencing. So 0204 447 033. That's the WhatsApp line. Send us, okay? If you have pictures, videos, little clips, whatever, you know, share with us so we can engage with you on what's happening there. Now we have the assemblyman for Bandi electoral area, Simon Bote. Honorable, good morning. You're welcome to Breakfast Daily.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. So talk to us about your peculiar problem of lack of electricity in Bandi.
Thank you, Sabo. It's true. Actually, the network, the electricity project started at 2016.
Okay.
When the contractor came and started the project. So he abandoned the project when he was pulling the wires from the Nanumba North to the electoral area.
Okay.
And it was a problem of some of the farmers cross on the way. So he cannot destroy them. So when he left, when they finished harvesting their corn, we called the contractor to find out he should come back. They were able to finish so that he can finish the electricity.
Yeah.
So he complained to us they were left some of the materials he was to take from the Minister of Energy and come and add it to the one which is in the communities and finish the electricity. So we're waiting, and since from 2016 up to date, the contractor hasn't come back again. So we lodged the complaint to the district assembly for them to find out why the contractor was not coming back to finish the project.
Yeah.
So according to the DEC of the district, so he was calling the contractor to come to his office so that he can see the material he needs to be completing the project. And it's like the contractor was not responding to him. So, and as of now, that was last 2 weeks. They were sent to national consultant to come and check on the project and see how best they can complete the project for us. So he came. He also promised us that they will be changing the contractor so that they can finish the project for us. And we are also appealing to the government that if the changing could have done, I think it could help us too, because we are facing a lot of challenging in the community.
So
looking at things,
yeah, go ahead.
Without electricity, our academic performance is affected, because when children come from school in the night, they can't do their assignments.
Yeah.
Because without the electricity, they can't do. And from KG to P6, it means they will not have access to how to practice computer and other things, because there is no electricity in the community. So we are appealing to the government to do that for us. Thank you.
All right. So right now, as it stands, what hope do you have that, let's say, in the next few months, some work will begin on bringing you electricity?
Yes. Thank you, Sabov. Per what the community came an agreement was that without this electricity project completed, they are not ready to vote this year. And looking at things, I'm also supporting them because they are right. Because the project has been there for 8 good years now. So without that electricity, they are saying they are not expecting any politician to come there for campaign.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Simon, thank you very much for speaking to us. We really appreciate your thoughts on this issue that you're going through, and we hope that you will get a resolution soon. All right, so that was Simon Mboti. He's the Assemblyman for Bandi electoral area. Of course, they are not the only ones that are suffering this, what I would describe as an injustice, really. There are other communities, and it's not actually only in the north as well. Right, because in Nanumba North, Nanumba South is what we're talking about now. But I know it's Utusenya, not far from here. We had a conversation recently, and there were about 20 communities, you know, that are in darkness. They don't have electricity. This is just next to Accra, just outside of the greater Accra region. Honestly, I struggle sometimes because, again, as Wentufo was here, people are taking salaries. People are going home every day. Every month they are paid allowances, different things, whatever. That one they will collect paper. But the job that should be done, it's not being done.
The work is not being done.
You know.
And sometimes you wonder, I mean, who should be held accountable for it? When you speak to the people, one person is like, oh, I came into office not too long ago.
Yeah.
The contractor is working on it.
The
contractor is doing this. The contractor says, I haven't been paid. Payment has been delayed. And a whole lot of, like, it's just like we are going round and round in circles. And then solutions are not being found to these problems. But I hope that as we are telling your stories and empowering change, we are actually able to empower the change that the communities need to see. Because look, we are in 2024, for crying out loud. And these are not things that we need to be seeing or hearing in communities. Sometimes when I see these things, it takes me back to when I was in senior high school. And then you are being asked to write a letter to your uncle or an assemblyman telling him about the issues you are facing in your school and your community. And we are living it. When you are writing the pointers, some of them are lack of basic amenities. And these are the things that we are living right now.
But we should stop. We should do better, honestly, seriously. You know, we've been joined again by another assemblyman. He is from Asafoche community. This is Timothy and Son. Timothy, good morning.
Good morning, boss.
Yes, welcome to Breakfast Daily. What's the name of your community?
I'm speaking from
Asafoche. Okay. All right. So tell us, what's the describe for us, paint a picture for us, the problem you are facing in your community, the lack of electricity and all of that.
Yeah, in fact, since we have started with a lot of light, borehole, good network for the community. But 7 communities at Lato electoral area. 7 communities. And since then, you can't find any government property in that community. There's no light. There's no borehole. There's no good network for us to make a call. But which every year, all the politicians will come to the community and tell us that when we vote for them, they will do this for us, they will do this for us. We don't have a room. So every year they will come, every election year they will come and campaign for us that when we vote for them, this is what they are going to do for us. Immediately they come into the power, we will not see them. So we decide that this year we will not vote. If we do not get light, if we do not get a good water to our community, if we will not get a good field, we will not vote for them. That was our decision for this year.
Okay. And how many community members are behind you in this decision?
How many community members?
Yes. Is everybody supporting this idea of not voting?
Yeah, everybody. Everybody is supporting me.
Okay.
We have 7 communities.
Okay.
At Lato electoral area.
Okay.
All the members are supporting me. I am the assemblyman for Lato electoral area.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to ask him something?
Yes, yeah, Timothy. We understand that this is affecting schools, but I mean, it's not only the students this will be affecting. I was wondering, are there any businesses that thrive on electricity in your communities? And if yes, how is this affecting business?
Come again.
So I was saying that I understand this is affecting the students as in relation to their studies when they come back from school to do their homeworks and all of that, right? And I was asking, are there any businesses in these communities that thrive on electricity to do their day-to-day activities? If yes, how is this affecting them and how are they handling the whole situation?
I did not get you clear.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Right. So I was saying that We understand the lack of electricity in your community is affecting the students in respect to they not being able to do their homeworks or study with electricity in the evenings when they come back from school. Now, I was thinking about the business aspect of it. Businesses thrive on electricity to do their day-to-day activities and all of that. Do you have any businesses that depend on electricity to do their businesses? And if yes, how is this affecting them and how are they handling the whole situation?
Yeah, as of now, when we talk about network problem, we can't make a call. Even though when there is information that we need to get from the maybe district, it's very difficult for us to get network to also make a call. So it's a problem that we are facing. So we need to get a good network. If there's any information, we can also have the good information so that we can make our secret calls in the community. Unless, if you want to make call, unless you go to one particular place, we call it network center.
Is that where you are speaking to us from? Is that where you are speaking to us from? Are you at the network center speaking to us now?
Come again.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, so you are saying that if you have to make a call, you need to go to a particular place to make the call. And I was asking, are you at that place at the moment speaking to us?
Oh, the network is disturbing. I can't get you there.
So are you at network center right now?
Yeah, I'm at network center.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Well, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us, Timothy and Son. He is the assemblyman for the Lahato electoral area. All right. So,
cool.
As you can see, yes.
It's interesting how we've had our experience trying to communicate with him, for him to even highlight the issues in his community. He's struggling to hear us.
Yeah.
So I can imagine.
And this is at the network center where everybody gathers.
Exactly. And when there are lots of people there, you can imagine.
No privacy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what our correspondent was saying, that there's no privacy. Whatever you are saying, everybody is listening. Because that's the only place that the network is.
And even that, the network is still not good. So you have to be shouting. What did you say? Come again? I mean, we shouldn't be going through this in this time of year.
Ghana. You know, so these are challenges that are real. And for me, I think that it's important for us to get a sense of the real Ghana. You know, it's easy for us to sit in places where everything works well and to assume that that's how Ghana is. But you see, Timothy is saying it, Simon is also saying it. If we don't get resolution to this problem, don't bring your request for voting here. We're not interested. So coming on campaigns, you know, door to door, whatever the campaigns may be, they are becoming frustrated. They're not looking, you know, at entertaining any of this anymore. Yeah. So let's talk to somebody who's a duty bearer.
All right.
Yeah. And find out from him what the plans are.
Hello, Simon.
Ms. Barnabas, the DCE for Woodlands.
Right. Hello, good morning, Barnabas. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us on Breakfast Daily.
Okay.
All right. Give us a fair idea where your community is and what the situation there is like.
Come again.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Right. So I was saying that give us a fair idea where your community is and what the situation there is like.
I didn't get your question clear.
Give us an idea of where your community is. Where is your community and what is the situation there like? What's the situation there currently with respect to electricity and network connectivity?
Yeah, as I'm talking now, the community, we are lack of electricity, we are lack of borehole, we are lack of network, we are lack of routes. So about that 7 community to form Lato electoral area, we can't find any government property at Lato electoral area. And every election year, all the politicians will come to our community and tell us that when we vote for them, they'll give us land, they'll give us borehole, they'll give us roads, a lot of things. After they get into their power, you will not see them unless election year that they will come back again and tell us that, oh, well, they are pleading, they will get out light, they will get out good water when they get into the power. But this year we are also decided that we will not vote if we will not get any government property in our community. How can we be voting without any benefit?
So,
and which we are Ghanaians.
Okay, so as you're the DCE for Woolensey, right?
Yeah, I know him.
No, are you the DCE for Woolensey?
Oh, no, this is Timothy.
This is Timothy. This is Timothy Insan.
Yeah, inside.
Okay, all right. So, Timothy, yes, we've heard your, we spoke to you a little earlier, we've heard your complaints, and yes, and all of that. So, we're trying to raise the DCE on the line. Yes, but yes. So, well.
I mean, it's a myriad of problems. There's no road, there's no electricity, there's no network connectivity, and I'm imagining how people are living in this time and day and age with all of these problems. And they're a part of Ghana, as he rightly said over the phone. This is a part of Ghana. You, Kweku, always say that Ghana is not Tessan, or Ghana is not Accra, Ghana is not cantonments, Ghana is not Osu.
And we don't judge the state of Ghana by the best of us. No, we judge the state of Ghana by the worst of us. And we have to fight hard to raise the level of the worst of us. Do you understand? We need to do that.
We really have to.
All right. Well, you know what? This has been a good conversation, I believe. Just highlighting some of the challenges that are going on in various communities. And mind you, this is a sample of what's happening in other places as well. You know, so hopefully those who are in charge, you know, that need to get things done will get things done. You know, so that it's not business as usual, and we'll actually have proper resolution for these community members in the Nanumba South District and other places in Ghana as well.